Yeah, so I will just briefly introduce myself. My name is Cindy. I am the ambassador of the board of the Philips Innovation Award. And today we're just going to tell you something about the Philips Innovation Award, and you can ask all your questions if you want to. And then Freek from Hebel is going to join, and he will tell a little bit more about his experiences as an entrepreneur and also with the Philips Innovation Award. So yeah, the Philips Innovation Award is the biggest entrepreneurship award in the Netherlands. And we emphasize it on being not only a standalone event, but also like a learning trajectory. We have two leagues, the Innovator League and the Rough Diamond League. The Innovator League is for startups that are a little bit more further developed, and the Rough Diamond League is for startups that just started. So they're not incorporated yet, or they have been incorporated after the 1st of October 2021. And we have different stages throughout the year. The first stage is the idea stage. Here you write a one-pager, and this you will receive feedback from our partner, Young Advisory Group. The deadline was last Monday, but that's not a problem because the one-pager is not mandatory. So if you didn't hand it in, you can still participate for the award. The second stage is the developing stage. That's your current stage. Here you can hand in your business plan. The deadline is on the 17th of January, 2022. You will receive feedback from our business panel. They will review all of the business plans, and they will choose the best 30 startups. And these 30 startups will go through to the semi-final. But before the semi-final, we have a prototype day and an investor day. The prototype day is all about building your branding and logo and website. And you can also make a prototype. And the investor day is workshops from Yes Delft, Slingshot, and Inkev Capital. And it's all about funding, how you receive it, how to deal with investors, and what to do. After these trainings, we have the semi-final. And this is in the form of an innovation market. All 30 startups will have a stand, and investors and partners of ours will walk around and just see all of the startups. And the 30 startups also pitch before our jury with a small video of the semi-final.
Innovation is making things better, but it's also breaking the rules. And the 30 teams, the 30 semi-finalists, are among the best of the best rule breakers. They are not afraid to do something different, to be bold, to be disruptive, and they just started. And during this exciting day, you get the chance to hear their inspiring stories and see which teams will go to the final.
I think it's really important for students to participate in competitions like this, because during university you learn a lot of theory, but this is actually a way of also putting it into practice and connecting it to actual business.
I think meeting all these young and ambitious entrepreneurs, they have some pretty wild ideas. Some of them are beyond the wild stage, and it's really becoming an idea that's worth investing in.
It's very important for students to participate in the Philips Innovation Awards, because I think corporates of the future will be ecosystems of entrepreneurial innovation.
Ladies and gentlemen, On behalf of the board, I want to congratulate all of the finalists, but also all of the other startups for their great effort.
It was a special afternoon. It was energizing, and I'm looking so much forward to the May 6th evening. And I really don't know who will win this contest.
Yes, so that's the semi-final, and the 30 startups that pitched, the jury judged them, and the best 8 will go through to the grand final. But also before the grand final, we have the coaching day and a pitch training day. The coaching day, you will receive 3 workshops from our partners, and you can choose yourself from which partner you want to have a workshop from. And the pitch training day will be given by the Batrix, and they train a lot of tech speakers and CEOs. And it's funny to see that during the grand final, you see that the pitches get a lot better than during the semi-final. And then on the 30th of May, we have the grand final, hopefully at the Rotterdam Schouwburg Theater. Almost 800 people will be attending, and we have 8 finalists, 3 rough diamonds, and 5 innovators that will pitch their startup. And the jury will pick out the best 2, one from the Innovator League, and they will win 50,000 euros, and one from the Rough Diamond League, and they will win 10,000 euros. Not only you have a lot of coaching and trainings, but the Philips Innovation Awards can also bring you a lot of exposure, as you can see in all these articles. Also, some past participants. In 2017, Felix joined the Philips Innovation Awards. They stopped at the semi-final. Felix is the green scooter sharing company. And you have La La Land, that's an AI company. They won the Innovator League in 2020. Last year, Loop Biotech won the Innovator League, and they produce biodegradable coffins. So what can the Philips Innovation Award journey bring you? Well, first of all, it will kickstart your venture, and you can evolve your idea into through the learning trajectory and improve your entrepreneurial skills. We will also connect you with our network from all of our partners. And we also see a lot of startups that participated in the Philips Innovation Award that get funding after the trajectory. And we have a few criteria for you to participate. The first one is you should be the owner of the idea. Also, you have a maximum age of the team members of 30. If you have advisory team members that are a little bit older, that is fine if you just advise you. And you should be enrolled at an educational institution in the Netherlands, or you should have been enrolled in the last 3 years. The team maximum is 10 team members, and we all signed an NDA, so that's, you don't have to worry about that. So this deadline is on the 17th of January for the business plan. And here we have a QR code. You can scan it and go to our website for more information or to sign up. So thank you very much. And yeah, does anybody have any questions maybe? No,
I have one otherwise in the meantime.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing the story again. It's always great to see kind of the Philips Innovation Awards journey that all of these cool entrepreneurs are going through. I was just wondering, because you explained a little bit about requirements that for enrollment. I was wondering, are there also any requirements when you are a winner, like of the prize? Is there, or is it really like the prize money is up to the entrepreneur to decide on how they spend it once they win the Philips Innovation Award?
Yes, the prize consists of different things. It's not only cash you get, but also workshops and different kind of things from all of our partners. So it's divided in different things. Yeah, but after that,
financial, but it's also the network that you mentioned and support, perhaps also from jury members as well.
Yeah, definitely from partners from Philips, from KPMG, from Arnold Sietsma. It's just the ones you want to have a workshop from or just work together about something.
But the prize money, it's up to the entrepreneur how to spend that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And it's also free to join, so you don't have to pay anything.
Also a good point.
Can I have one question?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how strict are your rules with regard to the applicants? Because, for example, me is a bit, well, I'm not 30 years old man, but a little bit more. But our startup consists of two, but I'm a student in the Netherlands. And the second participant to our small team in a startup is he's younger than 30, but he's not a student in the Netherlands. So we have a small team which partially meets the requirements.
So first of all, half of your team members should be enrolled in an educational institution. So in that case, it would be fine. But the maximum on 30, we are quite strict because if you win with your startup and some people are gonna complain because you're not in the criteria, then we all have a problem. So we really have to be strict in that.
Okay, thank you.
So there's no 50-50 rule in that case when it comes to age, because I think that's what's happening with Pavel's team.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
And Alex is not a student, so yeah, I want.
Yeah, but that's okay then, as I understand. So half of the team should be enrolled. So you're enrolled, so you're good. So it's just the age thing that.
Yeah, but maybe yeah. Case of Alex, he's not a student, but in my case, I'm a bit older. So, yeah.
But Sinje, would you recommend them to try it anyway? To sign up and go through the application process? Because I know that they're working on something cool. So.
Maybe in case, of course, everyone wants to win, but the main issue that we want to participate, of course.
Yes, you can always sign up, and also in the first round, if you don't even go through to the semi-final, you'll receive feedback. So I think it's always good to participate and receive some kind of feedback.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, great.
That's great.
So I don't know if Freek already joined.
I did see Freek Bungen.
Yes, hi.
Yes, hi. Freek. Well, Freek is from Hebel. Hebel won the Rough Diamond League in 2019, but they grew a lot bigger already, I think. And Hebel makes physical braille keyboards for smartphones. So Freek will tell you a little bit more about his entrepreneurial experience and the Philips Innovation Award. So Freek.
Yeah. I'll just start off. I quickly made some slides. I didn't have a lot of time before. Oh, can you enable screen sharing for me?
Yeah, it should be good now. I just saw it popping up. Yeah.
Let's see if this. 1 second.
And welcome here. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
think you should be able to see this.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, great.
Project.
Okay, well, hi everyone. My name is Freek. I'm one of the co-founders of Hebel. For those of you that are not Dutch, Freek is a horrible name. Everyone calls me Freak when you're not Dutch. So how to pronounce it? It's like Drake, the famous artist, but with an F. So Freek. That's like the closest you're probably gonna get. However, if you do call me Freak, I'm really used to it at this point, so don't worry about it. Yes, I'm one of the co-founders of Hebel. We won the Rough Diamond Award in 2019. That's a long time back by now. Like when I think about it, it's really a lot has changed since then. But today I will tell you a little bit of a story of how we got to that point. And in that story, I have a few lessons for you. And I think it's kind of a funny story of how we almost didn't even make it to the finals and everything went wrong, but it's fine in the end. A little bit about me before I start talking. So I come from a very social background. My little brother and my little sister have a form of a disability. So from a young age, I've worked with them and always wondered how we could make the world more equal for them. So how we could give more opportunities to my little brother and to my little sister. And I never really knew how. Like, how do you do that? How do you make a big change in the world? And as I was growing older, I also started getting an interest or gaining interest in technology. I studied at the Technical University in Delft and later in the University in Eindhoven after Delft was a complete failure. But I did like technology and I did really learn a lot about it. And at the time, I realized that technology is the thing that can bridge this gap for people who are disabled. Like it can make the world more equal if you just provide the right technology. And I found it super interesting. So when my co-founder, Ayushman, showed me his first idea of the Hebel One, which was back then a wooden plate on the back of a phone, just jammed together, which didn't do anything. I thought that is the best idea ever. Let me join in. So that's what I did. And 3 years later, we're now active in 3 countries. By the end of this year, in 8. We're growing really rapidly right now, cash flow positive, and around $1 million in investments and doing quite well for ourselves. I'm super competitive. So I've been in esports for a few months when I was gaming too much, but when I do something, I go all the way. And that's the same in how I do my startup. So I like to go all in and only do it if you're really committed. And in the company right now, I'm really responsible for the sales side. I do a lot of the pitching, but I do onboard all our new customers, which are distribution parties. And I'm really the external guy. So I will talk a lot with our external parties and our partners. But today I'm going to talk a little bit about our journey of this, so of winning the Rough Diamond Award. Back then, that was my co-founder, Tom. Tom quit a little while later because things really change when it gets really serious. And Tom just had different plans. But by then, we were like still really good friends. And let me tell you a little bit about the story. So I met Ayushman in 2018, my other co-founder. And I heard him talk about this idea. And I was like, I need to jump in on this. This is a great idea. But what do you do, right? So I didn't know anything about startups. So how do I get into his company or his idea? So I went to Ayushman and I said, hey, you're doing something great, but you're missing expertise in running a startup. Luckily for you, I have all this expertise. I know everything about startups. I know everything about your market. You need to get me into the team. Ayushman, as foolish as he was back then, said, that's true. I need you on my team. Come join in. In 1 week, he realized I didn't know anything about startups. I didn't even know how to spell the word. I still don't really know if it's happening in between. I knew nothing about our market. I was bluffing all the way. But I got in, so I started. And what I did was I just called everyone I knew. I just said, hey, we have this amazing new product. You probably want to buy it. A lot of times people told me, Fake, that's great. I'm not blind, nor is anyone around me. I don't think I should want to buy it. Also, you don't really have a product yet. What are you talking about? So for a few months, this was my tactic. Get out of bed, call people, fail miserably. And it's fine. It builds a little bit of character, but at the other end, it doesn't really work out that well. Instead, I could have spent some time maybe doing some research on what our market was about, or spent some time actually understanding our customer, which I didn't know anything about at all at the moment. And it got to the worst point. We won the TU Eindhoven contest with our idea, so that went well. And then we won a awards, so which we could work together with ASML, a big company in the Netherlands that could bring us further. Now, I was going to a meeting, and this was probably my lowest point in my first few months. And after 15 minutes, our coach said, hey guys, lots of fun. This was a 2-hour meeting. Fake, you can go now. Next time, if you're prepared, we can try again. That was quite a disaster. And at that time, I really learned my first big lesson. And that's something that you can always do. And that is preparation is key. It is so important. Funny thing, I'm only 24, but now I'm often in the room with people that are much older, like my investor. And I'm always trying to be the one that knows the most. And that's just all about preparation. Everyone can grind Google pages. Everyone can read way more than your competitor is doing. You can always know more. It doesn't matter if you're still a student. It doesn't matter what age you are. It's a matter of just preparation. So I really recommend it to all of you. Right now, when you're going to go into this competition, you're going to have to pitch at some point. The most important thing when you're pitching is knowing your audience, knowing the jury. You can Google everything about them. There probably have been juries before of other competitions. So check which one they voted for. Maybe even reach out to people around them. The best part, if those people let them know, that's a good thing. The jury members are like, these people did their preparation. So also for this, in this competition, prepare like no one else and you will win. That's how I see it. So at this moment, I was doing a little bit better. I started recognizing I needed to do preparation, and we joined the Philips Innovation Month. And luckily we got through to the first, I think, or the final 50. So we were at the semifinals. And at the semifinals, I was the one that had to do the pitch. And funnily enough, doing the pitch, after I did it, although only I think 3 of us went through the finals out of the 20, I already knew I was going through. And that is because of a very simple reason. And you can see that in all pitches that work well. A lot of people pitch about their product or pitch about their amazing idea. Well, I'm very sorry, but no one cares. You can have an amazing product. No one cares, especially not juries at awards. The only thing that matters is why you are making it. It's so crucial, especially when we're talking about like 1-minute pitches that you have to do in the semifinals. At least we did. People do not care what you make. They really don't care. All they care about is why you are making it. They need to believe in your vision. They need to believe in why you are doing it. You're okay. My co-founder is coming. So focus on that. Focus on why people should believe in you. What is your mission? Also, your first customers, they will only buy in if they believe in your mission. They don't really care a lot about the products. Yeah, so that's really the focus, or what you should focus on in those first pitches. Don't say anything, please, about how your product works if you have a 3-minute pitch. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, so focus on that. Focus on your why. Make it very strong. Of course, we have a very emotional thing. So I can tell you how we started our pitch, which worked very well. I put my phone number on the screen and I told, hey, everyone here in this audience, you get $50 if you right now send me a text message. Everyone whops out their phone. They really start texting fast. After a pause, I say, okay, there's only one rule. You have to keep your eyes closed the entire time. I got 0 messages that day for a really big audience. And everyone right away got, oh, that's how difficult it is. And you right away have that hook. And I think from there, you're already in. So really that start, think about it well. Think about your why. So we went to the finals. That was great. Lots of preparation. I was ready, right? I knew for my first time, preparation is key. I knew exactly what I had to say. I practiced my pitch 1,000 times in the mirror, maybe even more. I practiced it in front of some people, which was very awkward at first, but I knew I had to do it with 1,100 people later, so might as well try it. I was ready. I took 1 train early. I was completely ready. Then I learned another lesson because my first train broke down. Then my second train broke down. And then my third, which backup train was just going to get me there, also broke down because there was apparently a bomb at Rotterdam Central. And that's when I learned my third lesson, which is very important. Never trust the NS. No, that's of course not my third lesson. The third lesson is things will go wrong. And what I mean by things will go wrong, it seems like a very dumb lesson, but it's, if you know that things will go wrong, you can anticipate on it. Also, you won't stress out when it happens. Because I'm telling you, things on a daily basis still go wrong in our startup. So many days we've had a customer coming in that's so mad and jams it all over the internet, and we're like, what do we do now? We have no chance. We're done as a company. You have that every single day. You have that one moment of panic. If you know that things will go wrong, you'll be fine. Anticipate on it. in that moment, when I was almost too late for my pitch in the finals, I thought, okay, fine, we got this far. I can at least tell everyone we didn't lose. We just didn't show up. So kind of a different mindset. We luckily got an Uber that went really fast. All the other participants had much practice on the stage before going up. I was there 1 minute later. I was on the stage speaking for 1,100 people. But the pitch went really well because we won. So in the end, it was all fine. And I think it really helps when you consider that things will go wrong anyway. Don't care too much about it. So that was our story of winning the Year of Diamond Award and the lessons we took from it. I'll give 2 more lessons, which I think are especially applicable because you are students. I'm, by the way, also still now a student. I still really should start finishing my master thesis. But when you're also running a company on the side, it can be a little difficult, but there's a big advantage of being a student. And the first thing is actually a very big misconception of a lot of startups. And that's that you need a lot of money, especially for lots of you. I think you haven't started, like you're not on the market yet. You don't need a lot of money. That's my first thing I really want to say. And something it's hard to get, but you don't need a lot of money. Our first 100 products that we sold, we had nothing. So we didn't have a product. We had nothing that works. Literally what I did is I did interviews with people that were potentially interested. I told them, this is what we're going to build. I think we're going to be able to do it. I'm 99% sure you'll get it in 2 years. Can I get 300 euros from you? And actually, if you told your whole vision, if you told your why, if you came in prepared, people say yes. If you're really solving a problem, with these people, it's worth money. So with that money that we got then, so with the capital we got from 100 people, so 30,000 euros, so 100 people saying yes to 300 euros, that you can get to get your next subsidy, your next grant, your next loan. And that is a really nice way as a student to bootstrap. Also, as a student, you don't need to pay yourself any wage or whatever. So just, that's great. It's the best time. There's no risk for you. And don't start putting so much time in like getting invested or raising capital. It's really not for you. That's for the people that already need to pay themselves in this whole process. You're in the best position ever when you're a student. You don't have the risk. So really think about being smart about it. Don't raise because others are doing. And then the final lesson, what I would really say, fail often, fail fast. Always try to destroy your own assumptions as soon as possible. I think the best entrepreneurs are the ones that have lost so many companies in the process, but at least they did it really fast, right? You can have such a great idea, but if at some point you realize there's just no product market fit or people really just don't want it, just be honest to yourself. Kill it fast, move on. And it's the same for everything else in your company. When you're trying new sales channels, when you're trying to raise certain sort of capital, do little experiments and fail as fast as possible. Every time you fail, you should be happy. Hey, that's time saved in the future on something that wasn't working anyway. So that's definitely a mentality you need to have. You need to like that. But that's kind of the game of startups. You fail a lot, and once every while you hit it right, and that's perfect. And the best way to do it is with this model, the lean startup method. But I think most of you will know it. If you don't, I would really recommend reading it. It's about failing really fast, and it works really well. And I think that was my route to the Philips Innovation Award and my lessons I learned so far. If you have any questions, please shoot. And I got a beer here from my co-founder, so I'm just going to start on that as well in the meantime.
Yes, thank you so much, Fake. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I had a question. Because how is your company doing right now?
Yeah. So quick overview. We are right now in 3 countries. So we're Netherlands, Belgium, UK. We're selling with the largest distributors in our market. We only started selling officially in September this year. So like with an industrialized product, made with a batch size of above 1,000. We raised close to 1 million right now in cash. And we're now really on expanding. So in our first markets, we're cash flow positive, but we need to go to more international markets to scale faster. And that's our new challenge now, to grow the team and grow sales.
Okay, thank you very much. Exciting new challenge.
Very exciting. Yeah.
I will keep me posted, so nice.
Thanks.
Rick, I was just curious. Thank you for sharing your lessons and your route But I was just curious, what did you get out of joining the Philips Innovation Awards? Like, was that really, what did it do for your ID, for your company?
I think a few things. First of, which is really internal, it's a huge motivation boost for you and everyone on your team. And that is something you can always use as a startup. It's really, everyone is really energized. Everyone is ready to go for everyone is so excited, right? After that moment. And don't underestimate how important that is. The most important part for us was validation. So Philips is a name everyone knows worldwide. The Philips Innovation Award is something everyone knows, like has anything to do with startups. It's probably one of the biggest awards, I think, for student entrepreneurship, probably the biggest in Europe. Everyone knows about it. I didn't know that before, but for example, we got a lot of funding afterwards because we won the Philips Innovation Award. So I think the rough diamond was 10,000 euro prize money, some in cash, some in service, but we got a lot more afterwards just because you have that validation, right? They think, okay, if you win out of 300 startups, you know what you're doing. So that part is super important. We even still use it now in some contracts, like when you're introducing yourself, like, yeah, we're winners of the Philips Innovation Award. Like, oh, Philips, that's good. So it really works as a big validation for your company, especially in such an early stage.